Hey guys, this is Pottymouth, and today I'm going to show you how to install a new mod for Fallout New Vegas. Probably heard of it if you're clicking on this video at least. Called the Frontier. We're going to go ahead over how to install it in the Nexus Mod Manager, and or Vortex is what it's called now. In Vortex, and show you how to get it all installed, up and running. Should be a good time. So first, you want to go to nexusmods.com/newvegas/mods. Listen, I'll put the link in the description, or you can just Google it. Your Google foo will help you out so much here. So here's what we're gonna do. First, you're gonna go ahead and manually download it. Now, you could click Vortex. I wouldn't personally. That's just me. I would manually download this mod. The hotfix, you could go ahead and Nexus Mod Manager download, just like that. Yeah, download it. That's fine. It's going to pop up and tell you that it's downloading. You can look into hot here. It'll tell you, hey, look, the hotfix is there. We're going to dismiss that. All right, now, come here to the description and look. You will see Fallout the Frontier is a gigantic DLC/new game. As the courier, you start a new adventure centered around a conflict between the NCR and the Legion, the snow-blasted remains of Portland, Oregon. Cool. That's such a cool concept. Featuring 3 major quest lines, 60-plus side quests, hundreds of new armors, weapons and items, and tens of thousands of lines of new voice dialogue. Excellent. Requirements. Must have all 4 of the major DLCs for Fallout New Vegas. So that is Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Lonesome Road, Old World Blues. All of which are fantastic, by the way. If you haven't played through those regular game, you ought to. You also are going to need the Fallout New Vegas 4GB patcher, Jip Lin NVSE plugin, Johnny Guitar NVSE. They highly recommend you get INVAC and the MCM, and you do have to have UIO. You also are absolutely required to have New Vegas script extender. There are some mods that actually require this. We're not worried about those, however. Okay, so first things first. While you're downloading the game itself, the mod itself, I've already downloaded it. I haven't installed it yet, but I have downloaded it. You're going to go ahead and just right-click on these, open all of them in a new tab. You will see along the top here, I have done so. We're just going to go in, download. I usually don't even click the download here. I will go to the files to make sure I'm getting the one I want. Manual download this one. I'm going to pull it up just so you guys can see that I have, in fact, already done this. You guys can see 4GB patch, NVSE, Johnny Guitar, UIO, INVAC, mod configuration menu, and there is the mod itself. I have, in fact, already downloaded all. Why I'm not clicking on them now. But you would click that, and it would just download it to you. This is the NVSE page. Very simple. I know that it looks like it's a lot. Literally just click right here. You'll see NVSE 6.2, 6.0.2. Sorry, English is very difficult. This is the newest one, 5 days ago, whereas this is released 10 days ago. You just will come here. You can see what's new if you're interested. I generally do just to see if it's something I need to update. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Generally, it is better to update. I'm sorry, excuse me. Generally, it is better to not update. Because if you update NVSE, some of you, it could break some of your mods. So generally, if I'm in the middle of a playthrough, I will not update NVSE. So look at this. Literally, you just go bang, click here, and it will download the 7-zip file. You will need 7-zip to open that, obviously. Or WinRAR, I believe, will open it as well, but you do need that. And it tells you right here how to install it. It is extremely simple. And we will be going over it in this video. I will be reinstalling that as well. Johnny Guitar, again, you're just going to click Files. And you're literally just going to go, for Johnny Guitar NVSE, Mod Manager Download. Now, I'd manually downloaded these earlier, but I will show you here now. It pops up, says, hey, we're downloading Johnny Guitar NVSE. You can literally just close that tab. That's not even a problem. files for the GIPLN NVSE plugin. Same thing. We're literally just going to click that button there. Download. You've already downloaded the file. Do you want to download it again? No, I did already download that in the mod manager. My apologies. Yours won't say that unless you've already downloaded it, and then it will. If you've already downloaded it, don't download it again. UIO, user interface. Again, we're going to click Files, Mod Manager Download, and just hit Download. And this is just letting you know this window here that pops up is just letting you know that the UIO does require New Vegas script extender NVSE, which we've already downloaded. INVAC, the New Vegas anti-crash mod. You're going to go to Files. There are a ton of files for this particular mod. We're just going to grab the first one. Okay. Now, this is the beta version. I generally do not use this. And these are optional files. Again, I generally do not use these. So again, you're just going to hit the mod manager download. I'm going to tell you, as soon as it pops up there, you can just hit the X. It is downloading. Fine. And finally, the mod configuration menu. Pelinor, the guy who made the mod configuration menu, is a god. He deserves all the praise. It's fantastic. So we're going to go mod manager download. Now, there is a hotfix right here. If you are going to change the color of the HUD from orange, okay, the color of the HUD, you're going to change it from orange, which is the natural. You're going to change it off of the amber, I think is what they call it in game. If you're going to change it off of that color, you need bug fix 2. Okay, I'm going to change it to, since it is a snowy thing, I will probably change it to either white or blue. So we're going to download that, and also it gives you an opportunity to show you how it works. Now, so we've grabbed the mods that we require. Permissions and credit. It is always nice to read these, see who the people are, especially if you're going to be part of the forums or anything like that. You can kind of see. Well, now another thing that I like to do is I like to look at these parts here. Okay? I like to look at these because if I play this and I enjoy the story, I want to know that Josh Griffiths, Gage Allen, and I'm going to butcher that, but Nyalek, I want to know that they wrote this mod so that I can then search out things that they have done, other mods that they have done for future playthroughs. But it is also just nice to, scroll through and kind of see who the people are. You don't have to. It is by no means a necessity, but it is nice. This is something you should always look at. This is your permissions and credits. So permissions is you cannot you cannot use other people's assets because there are assets in this file belonging to other authors, so you would need to get permission from them before you can use them. You're not allowed to upload this file to other sites. You must get permission from the mod author before you're allowed to modify the game in order to improve it. So if you are a mod maker or anything like that, and you see a way that something can be improved, before you improve it, you must let him know. Okay, that's what this is saying. Conversion permission, you're allowed to convert this file to work on other games under any circumstances. It wouldn't work anyway, but this is an important one. So, for instance, if you were like, man, I really like Fallout Frontier, the Fallout Frontier mod, I'm going to import it and get it to work in Fallout 4, which is significantly harder than that sounds, by the way. But if you were going to try to do that, that would be the rules. This rule here. Asset use permission. You must get permission from the mod author before you're allowed to use any of the assets in this file. So that's if you want to use it for anything outside of just running the mod. You don't have to you don't need to DM him to say, hey, I'm going to play the game. But if you're going to use it for anything outside of playing this mod, you need to let them know. You definitely cannot sell it. Okay? Steam Workshop, anything that's going to be sold. And you cannot earn donations on any of that stuff. Okay? And then this is the core credits for the team who worked on it. It was a huge team. As you can see, like, these guys are MVPs, man. All right, translations. There are no translations available currently on the Nexus because it came out today. Technical info. This is just a reminder. All 4 main Fallout New Vegas DLC are required. That's Honest Hearts, Dead Money, Old World Blues, and Lonesome Road. We talked about that already. we will say, remind. Are there any required mods? Yes, it is these. Now this is letting you know that some of these mods are included. So this is New Vegas tick fix, which basically this does is it stops if you go into New Vegas and you look around, there are micro stutters. Every so many meters that as you turn and look around, there are micro stutters, and this mod fixes that. Mostly. FNV mod limit fix is included. So basically, the Fallout New Vegas mod limit stops the game from loading mods that use more memory. I think it's, I want to say it's, I mean, it's not much. I think it's 2 gigabytes of memory, something like that. And this mod essentially stops that. That process that stops the mods. So it's great, and it is included. So you don't have to individually download these. They are included in the main mod. Introduction. The cold, snowy streets of Portland, Oregon, the New California Exiles and Caesar's Legion fight for the domination of a city rich in resources and military hardware, where lies in wait under the snowy ruins. Frontier is a new game-sized modification for Fallout New Vegas, created by a passionate group of dozens of community members over a 7-year period. They've been working on this since 2013, boys. The Frontier is the largest modification ever released for Fallout New Vegas and aims to be a unique experience for players, both old and new. Featuring new gameplay mechanics, such as high-quality drivable vehicles and the incredible scripting and visual effects that are sure to impress even the oldest fans of the series. All of this wrapped up with high-quality voice acting, dozens of side quests, and hundreds of exciting new characters. Love it. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but you do want to kind of run through. Here's where we want to get to. I'm going to scroll down here. General info. How big is the Frontier? Size-wise, shaping up to be one of, if not the largest mod release for New Vegas, and perhaps any Bethesda game. Current asset size is above 25 gigs. That's ridiculous. The ESM is 250 plus megabytes, and our ESM size is actually sitting at... Okay, so the ESM is wow. Nearly as big as Fallout. That's insane. How big is the Frontier map world space? Frontier is roughly the same size as the Mojave. The complete map dimensions are 383 by 383 cells. Playable area 64 by 64. Okay. With extra world spaces, interiors, and like overall size is much larger. In technical terms, the Frontier main map is the max size creatable in the height map editor of the GEC. Wow. Frontier contains over 530 interiors, which is more than all of the vanilla game and DLCs combined. Okay, so if you click here, it will tell you what mods will work with it. We're not going to be installing any additional mods other than just the base game. And then if you want to try to mod it after that, that is entirely up to you. Here's an important one. What kind of PC do I need to run the mod? You're able to run a mostly heavily modded setup for modded and can achieve good FPS in most cases. You'll run Frontier fine. Stronger CPU is what's needed to improve FPS. Frontier is more intensive than the Mojave by a wide margin, and as such, 60 frames won't be possible 100% of the time. Can I use my existing Fallout New Vegas character to play the mod? You go to the Frontier as the Courier. You visit the Frontier as the Courier. Frontier takes place in the same time span as the vanilla DLCs. However, due to a plethora of potential bugs, we strongly suggest you create a new save for playing Frontier to minimize potential errors, which is what we will be doing. What are some of the new features in the Frontier? Apart from the new world-based environment, we're working to add completely new features. We've innovated... Okay, so what's the recommended level? The recommended level is 11 plus. Okay? We're not going to worry about that. Okay? Can we take vehicles to the Mojave from the Frontier? No. Apparently they're talking about, can we take companions to Frontier? No. Alright, story info, we're not going to read that. Customization. This guide is what mods you should not use. You're going to want to check that out if you're still using. This is New Vegas Reloaded. I personally don't like New Vegas Reloaded. So, yeah. Okay. So, we've read all that. Now, let's get started doing the actual install. So we've got all of these. We just don't have the Fallout Frontier mod itself. So what we're going to do is open up our downloads folder here. Give me this, all of these, that can all go into my mods folder there. We'll put those. This is how I like to do it. I make a folder for mods in my downloads. Put all of these mods into there. As you can see, I already have a folder for Skyrim Skyrim Special Edition. I have a folder for that. So now, this is the newest version of NVSE. I don't believe that the version that comes here, it is. Okay, so it is 6.02. I'm going to go ahead and put that in mods as well, just in case I need it later. The version that will automatically install through Vortex is the updated version, which is really surprising because it's only a couple days old. Usually that takes a little bit longer, but I'm assuming because they knew Fallout the Frontier was coming, they were kind of on it. So we're just going to take these two, the MCM bug fix and Follow the Frontier, and we're just going to drag them here. What that's going to do is that's going to import those files. See, it's importing them into those MCM bug fix and Follow the Frontier. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to say MCM bug fix here, guess ID. What that's going to do is it's going to look for this file on the Nexus. Say guess ID. There we go. So it's pulling up the information. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do, we have New Vegas script extender installed. Now, generally what I would do in this situation is I would come here. New Vegas script extender is our default. You want to make sure that this little flag here, as you can see, is right there. Sometimes this will have the flag, and this will be there. If you don't see this New Vegas script extender with this flag, that means your script extender is not correctly installed, and you may have issues. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to launch the game real quick. Failed to run tools. See, you have issues like this. Executable doesn't execute. Hello. All right, let's see why that is. Ah, you know why? It's trying to run it here in the C drive. I believe I have. What's coming? Oh no, it's Steam apps first. So I was like, why don't I see common? All right. So the problem there is that I changed where I had it installed. And I forgot to update. What is it? There. Gives me a bit of a fit, my mom would say. No. Okay. Yeah, see, it's trying to launch the game from program files. This always gives me a bit of a... There we go, target. This is not C program files. This is going to be... trying to run it from here, which is not where it is. It's in games. Steam library, Steam apps, common. Well, NVSE right at the top. All right, and then we're going to go NVSE loader.exe open, save. Now when we hit it, okay, let me make sure it's actually there. Can't not. For some reason, even Steam is having a hard time launching game right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's try this. Properties. That's what it was. Okay. That's dumb, but okay. We got it. Okay, so we're gonna launch Fallout New Vegas. We have the script extender installed. So generally I like to just make sure that's working. My executable doesn't exist. Fallout New Vegas NVSE underscore loader.exe. It does exist. Start in. And nope. Go. I changed which hard drive the game located on. I forgot to change those two links. So, you launch the game through the script extender just to make sure everything's running. Working. Works just. So there we go. That's fine. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to come in here and we're going to go ahead and generally, because this is the one we're going to install everything else first. Now, what I like to do is I like to install the mod configuration menu after the NVSE script extender. Mod configuration menu should be the next thing you're installing. Say install. Bam. I'm going to go ahead and enable it. Not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and install the MCM bug fix as well and enable that. Okay, and what I recommend is after you've installed that, just give it a go. Just click that button there. Oh, I have an unresolved conflict. Ah, okay. So, MCM bug fix 2 and the mod configuration menu both alter the same file. It's one conflicting file. I can click here and see which one it is. Okay. So now I can choose to load MCM bug fix 2 before, after, or never together with mod configuration menu. Now this says after, suggested, meaning this is the master file and this is a subsequent file, which is what we want, right? So we're going to hit save there, deploy, and now launch. Okay. So we hit escape, as you can see, there's no mod configuration menu icon. It would appear here. But that's fine because there's no mod configuration icon, mod configuration menu icon, because we don't have any mods that would use the mod configuration menu installed currently. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go to settings, display, and I'm going to change add color and apply color of both set to white. So now we're going to install Jip ln NVSE. I'm going to go ahead and install Johnny Guitar NVSE, INVAC, and the UIO. And you don't have to, I typically just click on enable on each of them. You don't actually have to. You can actually come right here and hit enable all. Now look, that loaded them all. Okay. We can go ahead and hit play. Make sure that the game's running. Okay, a lot of dead money. That's interesting. It's not changing to white. I'm not sure why. I'll have to figure that out. But I can run around. You may be able to see that. For those of you who maybe don't know what the NVSE stick fix does, as I turn, you can see, other than that weird sunlight lighting bug there with the bloom, you can definitely see that it does some micro stutter. So that's nothing to do with my computer, obviously. That is entirely just a fault within the game. Now, sorry, somebody, what we're going to do is we're going to install Fallout the Frontier here. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to have its own installer or if it's going to be just quick and easy. Actually, I'm not sure. This is my first time installing it as well. And I thought, you know, I'm sure there are people who are going to want to play it, but maybe they're not sure about how to install it. So I figured I would show you how I'm installing it. I am using, as I said, a basically completely clean install of New Vegas. When we started this video, I had a complete reinstall of the game. No mods, nothing. So shouldn't be too many issues. We've only downloaded, obviously, these mods here. All the Frontier is installed. Enable it. They're unresolved mod conflicts. So more. Show us. Okay, so Fallout Frontier. And so I'm gonna assume that Fallout the Frontier is gonna. I'm gonna load Fallout the Frontier before both of those files. Is my assumption. Apply. I'm gonna enable all of the plugins. And we're gonna go ahead and launch the game and see. As you can see, it's definitely working. The background is different. It's taking a long time to load. Fallout Frontier. And we will load into our game. Yep. Yeah. It's snowing. I'm assuming that hotfix they released is going to be a fix for the fact that it's snowing. Okay, but if you look, now we have the mod configuration menu. Frontier, motion blur, lightning. Unsafe harbor. So you can turn on lightning. I'll leave motion blur on. I normally turn motion blur off, but we'll leave it on for now. Again, I don't think it's supposed to be snowing here, but it does appear to be going away. So maybe that was just a thing when you first load in with Frontiers, I'm not sure. Maybe if you had started a new game with the mod installed and you're in Doc Mitchell's house, you wouldn't have noticed it because obviously that would have been going on out here. But New Vegas tick fix appears to be working. Yeah, so now we have the Frontier installed. You can tell why the difference is here. Now I will point out my heads-up display is white. This is white. This is still orange, and I believe that's the MCM bug fix, making all of this orange. This should be white. Now, if I make this amber, yeah, like this, and we say okay. Now make it white. Still white, and this is still orange, so I'm pretty sure that that is. Save that. All right. It's like that, guys. We have Fall the Frontier installed. Now, what I would do here is I'm going to install this hotfix. We're going to enable the hotfix. I don't actually know what the hotfix fixes. But seeing as to how it's a hotfix that was released on the day the game was released, probably want to go ahead and install that. Now there's obviously going to be a conflict here. So what you're going to do is you're going to have Fault the Frontier. It's going to load before the hotfix. Right? The master file there. I actually think I'm going to double check real quick. See what it says about. Okay, yes. Okay. I just was double checking. I was just double checking, guys. So yes, Follow the Frontier should load before any of these. I'm going to deploy that. Bang, and we load it. I forgot to show you a very important step in setting this game up. I'm sorry. Just slipped my mind, and I want to show it to you now. So this actually should be done before you play it, at the very least. I loaded in the Frontier and noticed pretty quickly I had forgotten to 4 GB patch the game. So all you do is the Fallout New Vegas 4 GB patch that we downloaded earlier. Open it up with 7-zip. I always just hit extract files. It's going to make this folder here, Vegas patch. I'm just going to copy Fallout New Vegas patch.exe into the directory where your Fallout New Vegas.exe is. Let's look at the list. Thank you. Here, and you're just going to double click it. And it's going to tell you it's patching, and then it's going to say, okay, it's patched. Press any key to continue. We'll hit enter. That's usually what I hit. Sorry, I guess you actually have to hit enter. You can't just say I'm going to hit enter. So hit enter, and now your game is patched. So that step needs to be done. Then when you launch, okay, so now, look, we are 4 GB patched, and everything is up and running. Frontier project, you could debug it if you wanted. Perfect. now you can play the game. That's it. You're ready to go. That, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that right there is how to install and set up Fallout Frontier. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. I do read them and answer them I try to get to it every couple of days. I also stream on Twitch every single day, 7 days a week. I stream starting at 2 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, which I always get it wrong, but I believe that's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. So you guys can follow me on over there. I'll put some links down in the description box below. Thank you guys. And I'll see you guys in Wasteland.